المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي. أنا صديق لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة، ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف المهندس كريم جنكيز، المدير التنفيذي لشركة LWK and Partners في إمارات دبي. Good afternoon, Mr. Kerem.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. What about you and how's your day?
Shukran, I'm very good. My day is just starting, but it's a very good one. Always a pleasure to host new friends.
Thank you very much, and we are happy to meet you today, and we would like to know who is Kerem Cengiz, the person who came from Turkish to United Kingdom, then he moved to different countries. After that, he took the choice to come to UAE 2015. Let us know about the first education.
Okay, so well, thank you for the interesting questions. I was educated in the United Kingdom. I grew up in Turkey, as you said, but I did my professional education as an architect in the UK, first in the Birmingham School of Architecture, and then at the Bartlett School at University College London, which is one of the top 10 universities in the world. Very fortunate to then do my professional qualifications there as well, and qualified as an architect officially in 2000.
Mr. Kerem, if we talk about 2005 and you moved to UK to study, let us to know what the difference between Turkish and or Turkey and also UK, how you accept the we can say traditional there, how you joined the university, how it was for you the first 2-3 years.
Look, I mean, when I moved to the UK, I was very young. I was 6 years old, and Turkey was a very undeveloped country at that stage. It was still quite rural and manufacturing based. The UK obviously was more industrialized. The cultural differences between, let's say, a Muslim country and a Western country are quite marked. I mean, I grew up with a big family. In the UK, it was a small family, so it was a very unusual transition. But I got used to it over time, and as you can hear, I sound British, but I still have very strong connections. Half my family is in Turkey. I have all my cousins, my aunts, their children are all there. I have a property there, and we spend as much time as possible in Turkey. It's a great place, but the transition was, for a young child, difficult, but I've adapted, and it's actually given me a lot of skill sets that allows me to work in lots of different cultural environments. So it makes me quite flexible.
We would like to know about the different cultures, about your travel from United Kingdom to Russia, to come to United Arab Emirates. Let us to know why you choose to come to UAE in 2015, or what the opportunity it came to come to United Arab Emirates.
Well, I moved I was working in the UK for a long time, and then I worked in Russia and the former Russian republics for about a decade of my career. And actually, before I left the UK, I established an office in Kiev, in Ukraine, for a British company. I did that for 3 years, and in 2010 I moved to Australia. I spent 5 years working in Australia, And that was very different, and I worked in Australia, around Southeast Asia. Lots of retail projects I was doing at that stage. I was working for a big retail design practice. Those experiences in those cultures, at the end of the day, the work is the work.
Right.
But the way you become successful is to integrate yourself into the local culture, understand the local culture, and add value in your own perspective into the local place. And so in 2015, I was approached by another company here in the UAE. They wanted a managing director to help their business become more stabilized and more structured. That was a 3-year commission, and I did that. That was a very interesting transition. Lots of hard work. There was a lot to change and a lot to instigate, but we managed it. Mm-hmm. And then after 3 years, I said, "Halas, let me take a break." I thought I will go and travel around the region for maybe 6 months. After maybe 3 weeks, I received a phone call sitting on the beach here in Dubai. "Ah, Kerem, what are you doing?" "Oh, I'm taking a break." "Hey, would you like to set up a new company in Dubai for a Hong Kong-based practice?"
Great.
I said, "Okay, let's talk." And I had a series of interviews, and this was in 2018. And they said, "Okay, let's go. Let's make a start."
You take the opportunity in 2018 to start United Arab Emirates. Let us to know how it was, the regulation, the registration of the company, and all the process which you are.
Sure.
Was it difficulties or easy process to start it?
Well, look, working in the UAE is very easy, particularly Dubai. Dubai is, I think, the most international element of the UAE. Mm-hmm. It's very outward looking, and whilst also respecting its own internal culture. And it realizes that to make a business successful, it has to make the process easy.
Right.
For people to come and establish, because Dubai's success is based on the success of those people who come here and establish their businesses. So the process of establishing the studio, getting our license, commercial license, our trade license, getting all the legal work and paperwork done was simple. Working with the Society of Engineers was all very easy. The systems were very set up. And now it's even more simple, because Dubai is becoming an intelligent city.
Right.
The systems are becoming much more streamlined. There's a bigger perspective to attracting more international investment. So I think for any organization wanting to establish in the UAE, the process of actually establishing is very transparent and very simple.
2015 to 18, it was enough to study the market of United Arab Emirates and to get the experience also in the market as a businessman.
Yes, that's right. I think those years, they exposed me to the difference of working here as a business operator. It allowed me to meet my colleagues that I'm working with now. A lot of the people who are with us at LWK, we all worked together at my last company.
Wow.
So we created a strong bond and network together. And so when we decided to establish the business here, they all came together, my financial director, my studio director, the design director, our projects director. They were all with us together, our head of marketing. We all worked together. So the core of the business operation was already established and familiar. And we had a broader understanding as a team. I think whilst I'm the business leader, the success of business is based on how we work together as a team. And having that network, one's weaknesses are always supported by others' strengths. So I think that's how we succeed.
And if we talk about the background of the company, we talk about the team who work with you, what the procedure and strategy to select them to be active and creative in the company.
Well, look, I think we work in different departments. So I look after the overall business, but we have our global design principal. He looks after, his name is Kurosh Salehi. He looks after the design team. He's the creative engine of the business. And so when we select people for the creative part of the business, the designers, he's very much involved in shaping that direction. You know, his role in the business is to actually talk about design to the world. He also talks to other parts of the business to encourage design excellence and quality. So we divest responsibility and control to people who have the expertise. And there is no centralized power. It's where the expertise lies needs to be where the control is. So we have a very sort of top-down approach in terms of bringing value into the business and then encouraging people to grow and take responsibility as they get more experienced.
Let us to know about the most popular project which you done, and it was a strong experience you got from, and if you house any difficulties at this moment and how you find a solution for it.
Look, I think certainly within the UAE, the project that we're most well known for right now is a project that we did for DIFC, Dubai International Financial Centre. This was their first own for sale project, residential based, but it was a residential mixed use town. My colleague Kurosh will tell you more about that project shortly, but it's a very unique opportunity. You know, working for a government entity like DIFC with such high profile in such a unique location right next to the DIFC mosque was the biggest challenge. The other challenge was that the client not having that experience of developing residential assets, we had to work very closely with them to help them understand the product they wanted to achieve. And alhamdulillah, the project sold completely in the first weekend.
Alhamdulillah.
Amazing, amazing. So, I mean, mashallah, the team did an amazing job. With Kurosh's leadership, the product is seen as one of the best luxury products in the market.
What's make LWK and partners a unique company, or what the people let them to come and choose your team to work with it?
I think one of the things that's really important to realize when you're running a business is what is your DNA? What sets you apart from other people, and why is that? And I think one of the things that we want to really focus on as a business is about design quality and contextuality. Every project we do is not cut and paste. We understand what the client is really looking for, and we go beyond that to offer them solutions they didn't even think of themselves. So we try to make each project bespoke to every client, and the way we work with those individuals within the stakeholder groups for those clients is a very personalized service so that they get the product they want, exactly what they want.
How you see the demand in United Arab Emirates or in the GCC?
Well, look, I mean, I think we've seen a very successful few years for the UAE, particularly Dubai. I mean, the world situation has made this part of the world a big focus of tolerance and of acceptance. So people of many cultures have now come here to invest. So we've certainly seen the residential sector in the UAE in particular becoming, and Dubai especially, becoming strong again after a quiet period, particularly the mid to upper bracket. That upper bracket has driven success to the lower tiers of the market. And I think because of that, it's also encouraged a broader understanding of the UAE. And so tourism is booming again. It's always been strong, but now the effect that the UAE has had on Abu Dhabi is that now they're understanding the value of tourism in terms of making the economy a big drive,
right.
And that then grows other aspects of the real estate sector. So we're seeing the knock-on effect across, and we're seeing obviously Ras Al Khaimah is growing very strongly. Everybody's now investing more globally across the UAE. GCC, obviously Saudi is very strong. They're surging. You know, they have a lot to catch up. They have a big vision. They have a strong young leader, lots of energy, lots of vision. We're very heavily involved in many projects. This project behind me is a big project in Makkah, big master plan area of Makkah. We're doing many projects there as well. So alhamdulillah, the GCC is strong, or certainly the UAE and Saudi is very strong. Oman is usually doing its thing, but now they're also re-energizing under their new leadership, which is, alhamdulillah, very positive. And we hope to see more positive effects in Kuwait and other GCC countries.
And if we talk about the competition in the markets, how you see it? It's a healthy competition?
Absolutely. I mean, look, if you didn't have competition, you would become lazy and fat. You know, competition makes you run. It makes you work hard. It makes you hungry. It makes you better. So to see competition as a negative thing is not helpful. So for us, I think the competition is strong. I mean, now more and more people are coming into the region. You know, with the big expenditure both here and in Saudi, businesses that don't really invest in the region are looking. Whether they will invest and show the commitment that LWK and other companies that have set up businesses here will show, that's the only time will tell. But the true test of an international business is whether they put their money where their mouth is. You want to do work here, or you want to just take money and run? We decided, we entered the market in 2018. The market was low at that stage, and we said, halas, if we come now and we establish now, we show that we're committed. We show that we are investing in the long-term future. Alhamdulillah, 6 years later, we're taking another floor in this building. We're growing the business. The opportunity is strong. Our reputation is well known. Thanks to God, we're a successful business.
You started in United Arab Emirates in 2018. End of 2020, it was a COVID-19. How it was? You was ready for it, or you got any update at that time?
Well, it was a big challenge, actually. You know, we only established 2 years before, so we were quite small. Alhamdulillah, we just finished our first project with EMA, Burj Crown on Sheikh Rashid Boulevard, and we just started this project. But you know, because our office in Hong Kong was monitoring what's happening in China, they were saying, guys, this is happening. So be ready, make your contingency planning. So we set up our IT networks, we made sure that we had the emergency plan for evacuation into our homes. And so when it happened, we were ready. And we worked through COVID from our homes. Every day we would have a team call together. Every week, one person would do a lunchtime cooking session, and we would then, at the end of the COVID period, we selected who made the best dinner. You know, we made sure that everybody was still in touch with each other. There was lots of young guys with us, so a lot of young people come here to work, get international experience. They were living alone, so they were a bit isolated. You know, we didn't want them to get depressed. So there was a lot of, not just work, but there was a lot of human resource work to do, working with supporting people's psychology, their mental attitudes, their emotions, but also earning money for the business.
Mr. Kerem, or Engineer Kerem, if we talk about the technology and the AI, how it's helped in your field and how people can use it in the right way?
Look, I think our industry is one that has been driven by technology from the beginning of when craftsmen were making buildings with stone to now how AI is influencing its progress. I mean, you either embrace progress or you get left behind. I think the reality is that AI is like anything, it's a tool. To see AI as replacing engineers and architects, I think, is unrealistic at this stage. There will obviously be elements of the business that will become more effective and more efficient through AI, and maybe that will mean that we as professionals have to adapt our skill sets. But I think how we embrace that is really important, how we engage with it, just like how we engage with BIM, when it first established, and now it's the industry norm. And now that is becoming integrated into digital transformation, and the amount of knowledge and data that we can gather from that model that we create in, we call it building information modeling. That information is valuable as an asset for the stakeholders who own that asset. So we can take information that helps things like sustainability, cost management, people flow, security, health and safety, our well-being. AI now allows that to become much more quickly interpreted, and the value of information given to us in a much more easily and understandable manner. So I think if we walk away from AI will become a problem.
Right.
But if we engage with it and we interact with it and we manage that process together, we can actually work with it to be a beneficial tool for the future.
Let us to know about the future plan. After 6 years of success, what you are planning for the next?
Well, I think one of the big things for business is about stabilizing the business. You know, we all want to grow, but we want to grow in a stable manner. We want to grow in a safe manner. At the end of the day, our team have families, they have commitments. We need to make sure everybody is safe and secure in that growth. So we are now looking as a global business how we transform our business to move its focus from China, which is now very developed, and actually their economy is a little bit down. We have a big engine in China, and there's a lot of work now in the Middle East.
Right.
So we're in that process of transforming the business. We've created a strategy group called the MENA Projects Hub. This team are looking at how we start to engage other parts of the business into UAE, into GCC, into the broader MENA region, and how the power and the expertise and the innovation that they've instigated in China and Southeast Asia can be brought effectively here. So we're growing the business, but not by numbers, by taking and transforming our people into a new set of solutions.
If we talk about the employees and how the team who work with you and how the training them to keep them always active and to keep them always creative in the office, how or what procedure you are done to keep them always on the mind of interiors and all the markets, also the technology which we see now in the market?
Well, look, I mean, architecture particularly is a vocational profession. When I say vocational, it's not something, it means you have to have a passion.
Right.
And you do your profession by doing the job. And so you learn by doing the job. You know, this region is a very mobile region. People come and move quite rapidly. So we have often lots of young people who are early in their career. So a lot of the training is done through working together as teams, collaboratively. Our senior people working on an individual basis. And it's a very team environment. It's a very team spirit. And then we also have formal training. We have CPD, which is continual professional development. We bring in experts from the industry to come and give us lectures. We have manufacturers coming talking about their products so that we keep up to date with the latest technology. And unlike a lot of people, I think architects are very inquisitive.
Right.
They will go out and they will just always be looking. I mean, you can ask any architect's wife or any architect's husband. They never stop talking about architecture. Once you become an architect, you live it. You can't stop going around, look at this, or oh, look, touch this.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Everything is like this. And their partner's like, oh my God. Anyway, this is our life. And it becomes entrenched in everything we do, the desire to learn.
Let us to know where is LWK and partners from the sustainability, from the eco-greens, and how you select the company which you work with, or we can call the sisters company from the building materials, metals, industry, all these things, how you are caring. Do you have a research team, or everyone has an expert from that?
Look, this is a really very important question you raise. I mean, sustainability, particularly in the Middle East, is so important because of the climate that we face.
Right.
And so one of the core elements that we focus on is that we have to design buildings that are appropriate for where we're designing them. You know, we see many buildings here that are pure glass. okay, they may be striking, they may suit the vision of the architect, but are they effective? Are they the right solution? We would argue probably not. So we try to design in a way that's contextual to place, contextual to use. Kurosh, our design leader, he's very passionate about this subject, and if you have some time, you should talk to him about some of the work he's doing in that field. He talks a lot about it. So as an industry, Dubai municipality, for example, has a sustainability code that we have to follow. Okay, that's the minimum standard. But actually now a lot of our clients understand that the value of sustainability within their own development. So we have lots of global initiatives like LEED, BREEAM. Here we have Estadama. In Qatar they have Pearl. Every country has its own accreditation system. And that, depending on the level you go to, imposes a lot of demands on you as a designer, both in terms of materiality, in terms of engineering, particularly MEP, also landscape, lots of different things. So we work very closely to understand the level of value that our clients want to generate in terms of their sustainable credentials. Then we work with experts in the field who are specialists in those elements to come and advise us as we're designing and how best to find cost-effective solutions, because being sustainable doesn't have to be expensive. You know, if we work from first principles and we design cleverly, it doesn't mean just about attaching technology. Sometimes we just have to realize that we don't make a building all glass. That reduces your MEP draw straight away. Okay, so the ratio of glass to solid is a very simple adjustment. So there are quick wins and easy wins, and we believe in finding those. But you're talking about research. We have a big research center in Shenzhen. One of our big offices is in Shenzhen. We have 400 people in Shenzhen, and part of that team is it's called the Innovation Center, and they are there working away and looking at new technologies, new materialities. We have one of our team is a professor in the university in Shenzhen. He leads the research unit, and we've just about to publish three documents around different elements of sustainability and research.
Today, Mr. Kerem, if you have a message for the people who support you, or we can call them your backbone, what's your message to them, and also as a thanks message you would like to give them for what they support you or for what they deserve?
Look, I mean, every business is only as good as its own people. You know, a leader is only as good as the people that are actually making the business successful. And so I've been very fortunate to work with people who have tremendous belief, tremendous passion, huge commitment. There would be no LWK in Dubai if it wasn't for the team. But also we have a lot of people, our friends in the industry, who have supported us and who have advised us and who have cheered for us. And we're thankful always for that. And alhamdulillah, we hope that that will continue, and we'll work together as an effective partner with them.
Advice from an experienced businessman, not engineer, for the people who are planning to come to United Arab Emirates to start or to have their own business or to live in this country, in this peaceful country. What's your message to them?
Do your research, understand that your market that you're coming into. Yes, it's easy to set up business here, but that doesn't mean that you'll be successful. So take it seriously. Setting up business is a serious thing. It takes a lot of energy. Be ready, but there is a great environment here for you if you're ready for the hard work.
Mr. Kerem, today if you have a message also to the UAE government and leaders for the peaceful and for the safety of this country, which help us to invest and to grow and to live with our family, what you would say for the UAE government and leaders for their vision, for their support? They support many different parts as a business, economic or education or healthcare, technology. They make our life more easy.
They do.
What you are saying today to them?
First of all, thank you for the long-term vision. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed and his father Sheikh Rashid had an amazing vision that has achieved something that's akin to Singapore. There's only two places like that in the world. One of them is Dubai. So thank you for that. I think, you know, Dubai became a place where people came to do business because it was easy to business. Please help us to continue to make it an easy place to do business.
Thank you, Muhandis Kerem, the Managing Director of LWK and Partners in Dubai. We wish for you all the best and more of success.
Shukran.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.